Hello, it's me from the future. If you're watching this video, just spontaneously, Barrelvision fan or not, first thing, if you're wondering why Tyler, the other guy, the guy who's not me, sounds absolutely terrible in this, it's because, well, we recorded this like around midnight on New Year's Eve, and the fact that it's New Year's Eve didn't matter. He is not a evening person at all, so many hours past his bedtime, basically. So he just sounds really like zoned out from just sheer tiredness. Um, so you'll have to deal with that. You will probably notice it. However, it's still like a pretty fully formed video. Obviously, not Deep Rock Galactic focused. It was very spontaneous, and it's a little bit of a New Year's sort of special, I guess, because I think it's fair to put something out because we will be doing a podcast on Saturday. That will definitely be the case. However, oh, and of course, any news videos will also be covered. That's actually obviously Ghost Ship themselves take a break over Christmas, right? But even then, I guess we do technically, but if there was news over Christmas, I would cover it. There's no situation where I don't cover news unless I'm literally incapable. And even then, holidays haven't stopped me before. Like going on holiday to somewhere else. Anyway, I just wanted to give a little update on basically what we're doing because I know by this point I feel like there is actually a fairly consistent viewer base for the Overclock showcases, and I want to thank everyone for that. It's actually really cool that I get to do those videos on a consistent basis and people actually tune in, because that's really the part of the game that I find it very easy to continue to care about, and that's why sort of the miscellaneous videos on Saturday are so miscellaneous. You know, the podcasts that are sort of take a breath but still focus on Deep Rock. You know, the main videos usually like tier lists and stuff, which are kind of a little bit frugal and kind of based on what feels the most relevant at the time. And then we can even end up doing other videos. I mean, this is kind of an example of another video, really, that could happen in place of a Deep Rock one because, well, yes, we are in 2025 now, the year of Rocore, supposedly. Better be. And there will be lots to talk about, especially, but there will be more so on the podcast themselves. The exception will be whenever Ghost Ship shows off anything from Rocore. These will actually be really important moments sort of throughout the year, because whenever anything is shown, and the prime examples are going to be, there's going to be a dev stream on the 17th or the 14th, I think it's the 14th actually, Tuesday the 14th of January, where there's a chance they might show off some work in progress stuff, and also the anniversary stream, and there's also always a chance of another on Horizon stream, so around the March area, or April, might be in early April, like there was last year. That might not happen, that might happen. We know the anniversary one will happen at least. And I think it's fair to say there'll be some kind of reveals in all of those, and that's the kind of thing that we'll actually be covering from now on in main videos. Similar to the ones that you've seen recently, where we sort of go over teasers and footage that we've been shown in this sort of like analytical sense, able to like draw over it and things. But anyway, so you can sort of look forward to more videos like that throughout the year as well. But what I wanted to talk about was what I'm doing right now, in place of Overclock showcases, and that's why I wanted to fake everyone about that series, because I'm taking some time off of doing that to do something else entirely, and it's made me feel insane. Armchair development mindset aside, it's made me kind of sympathize with Ghost Ship a little bit, where I'm working on a video that basically makes it feel like I really can't step my toes outside the line to do just a single Overclock showcase. It honestly feels like I'm just taking away too much. And that's partially because I've got a lot to focus on at the moment, university work. But what I'm working on, and I actually want to give you a taste of what I'm working on. I think that's only fair, so give me just a moment. Okay, so this is sort of an example of what I've been doing, which is a video where I'm going to be basically just balancing all of Season 5's new overclocks. So I'm going to be providing balance change suggestions sort of in this sort of format, like the overclock workshops. But it's going to be also informed a lot by community suggestions. I've fielded both YouTube and Reddit for ideas, basically, and things that I think make sense as like changes I would suggest for the overclocks. And it's also going to be pretty heavily edited as well. Probably the most edited anything we've done is going to be. So, and I think it needs to be that way for me to really sell the point of the video. So it's become a bit of a project. And it's just going to be no Overclock showcases until it's done. But because of the nature of it, there's not going to be many more videos like it, or at least not like soon after. So I will resume Overclock showcases as soon as that's done. Anyway, that's just to give you an idea of what's actually going on. The videos will still technically start on Saturday with the podcast. But until then, I guess you can enjoy this utter shambles of an attempt at a Doctor Who episode tier list. But at the same time, I don't think it came out that bad at all. I think we both kind of agree with that. It's like surprisingly concise and accurate to our actual feelings, which is kind of interesting. And of course, there is a New Year's timer in the corner. Whatever. Almost a week since, but deal with it. It kind of helps frame where we were at when we recorded this, I suppose. Anyway, enjoy if you can.
Hello.
We'll see you soon.
You can see the time in the corner. And you can process the fact that we are both at our own houses. I mean, who cares? It's weird, isn't it? Because very, very clearly don't care about, commemorating the Earth orbiting the sun, right? And yet we feel compelled to stay awake. What is that? What is that paradox? That we don't care, and yet it's just like, well, we got to stay up though. You got to be awake for the midnight. Oh,
You
you
stay up that late every night anyway.
Yeah, but I would have actually carried out some kind of what's that brilliant word? I can't remember, but just general sort of things. I would have probably had a shower or something by now, but I can't really go about. I can't really shut up. I can't really go about my normal routine because, well, I mean, so my parents are out. I actually drove them out to where they are, which is literally just around the corner. But my brother is here, and he's got a bunch of people around. And because of what they're here for, that means here beyond, maybe even long beyond midnight, can't really go about things in a normal way. Can't really defy this day, this event, because it kind of seeps into the household. I genuinely, if I was, for example, actually no, I don't know. There's something about it, isn't there? You just kind of I wouldn't want to actually just be literally doing nothing. I'm not sure if you could actually say we are doing anything, but
I mean, I'm currently laying in a completely dark room.
If anyone couldn't tell,
staring at a completely dark cat.
Assuming that I bothered to do the editing required to make this legal to publish on YouTube.
Oh.
Although, of course, which obviously that kind of makes it sound like I'm just going to show Tyler porn, which would honestly be really fucking funny.
If you keep me up past my bedtime just to make me watch ynere videos, that would be very funny.
Well, see, the reason why I mention that though is because that is technically included, and that's why
I'm not surprised.
There would have to be editing involved.
Yeah.
I was gonna basically not trick you, but try and trick everyone else into thinking that what we're actually doing is it's a Doctor Who episode tier list, right? But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But then it's like Tyler called me 10 minutes ago. It's like this isn't 10 to midnight. So I don't know.
I thought he said 10. So I was trying to get in contact with him since 10.
I didn't know you're trying to get. That's the weird thing about you trying to get in contact with me, because I only got a notification for Discord. Well, I guess you didn't call me until then. You just messaged.
No.
Calls come through on
Yeah.
Xbox. Not messages though.
Yeah,
Anyway.
well, it shows that your laptop's on, so I thought you'd like hear like a ding or something, but no.
So I actually don't hate this format either. Of out of 10.
Yeah. All right, is this going to be the ultimate speed run of all speed runs?
I guess it will be a speed. I guess we do also kind of have a timer in a way, don't we? Yeah. This is not, because we've got to remember this might not even go out, and if it does, it's certainly not going to be branded as as this. This isn't going to be the name of the video. So if we're going to even look at this for any more than 2 minutes, then we might as well speed run it. We should literally just say a number and then like average.
We got like an hour. To
I know,
rank
but
the
still.
entirety of New Who.
Also, this, in my opinion, this makes it look like
that
not as much
actually
as you
looks
think.
so few.
It looks. Yeah, it doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, we don't have Joy to the World, unfortunately. I actually do. I really like that. That video name from Harbour Homes, Doctor Who's Joyless Christmas. Okay. Do you think we should just do you think we should say a number and then just average between the two?
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then if we like really disagree, we'll have to argue, I guess.
Yeah.
Rose, 8 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Now what the fuck do we do? What the
I'm fine with 8.
It's because it's a really good opener. I mean, for like starting the series,
But I think the
entirely.
antagonists are really shoddy. Right,
Yeah.
the plastic thing, and the ending is quite terrible. Well, it's not rememberable, at least. Like the
Rememberable.
climax of it.
That's the kind of sedated vocabulary I'm looking for.
It's not much better than my regular kind.
Yeah, but you sound terrible.
Okay, that's the difference. I'm probably gonna sober up.
Sober up. Yeah, I mean, look, it's literally it introduced Doctor Who back to the anyway, whatever. End of the World.
I don't remember it. Which
it's the
one's
one.
that?
It's literally the
it's
second episode. So it's
I
like
like it.
I really like it. I think
I think
pretty
it's
much
just as good as Rose.
equal. I think they're equal.
Same weakness. Shoddy Villa.
The Unquiet Dead.
4 out of 10.
I know you don't
Maybe
like
lower even.
Well, you
3
see,
out of 10.
it's perfect because I might have said 6. So
Okay, yeah, sure.
maybe give it a 5. It's the first historical.
It set the shoddy standards for historicals thereafter.
There you go. Aliens of London. I love Aliens of London. I actually really like it. I for me, this is a 9.
I think it's a 6.
A 6.
Because it's a part 1, right?
Yeah, but I prefer it for some reason to World War 3. I just like them going back to London to that present day, and like all the fallout of Doctor taking Rose away. I like it a lot. I don't know why.
It was good stuff.
Mickey seeing it and then seeing the TARDIS and then like flipping his shit. It's good stuff. I really like it. And World War 3. Well, I was going to give Aliens of London a 9, but I would give World War 3 an 8.
7.
You 7.
I think it's slightly worse. I think we both agree.
Looks like it. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Dalek.
Just 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I would give it a 9 as well. I wouldn't give it a 10, but it is great. It's the
If it
first
wasn't for the shoddy human characters, it would be really, really good.
I mean, I think the CEO guy's pretty great. Henry Van Statten.
In the context of being a terrible, terrible character.
A terrible person. Yes.
Yeah, but
Adam, not so much.
yeah.
But this is like,
speaking of,
well, yeah. I mean, this is like the first outstanding episode, though. I think Dalek.
Yeah. That's what
The
it was
Long
like.
Game.
This show is back, and it has. I never watched it ultimately.
You didn't watch The Long Game.
So no vote.
It's bad.
That's
It's
why I
the
didn't
worst
watch
episode of the season by far. It's got Simon Pegg in it, but that doesn't do anything. Father's Day, I would say, another one.
I would put it at 9.
Yeah, so would I. It's like literally, that's the problem. This makes The Long Game really stand out because it's like sandwiched between.
Yeah.
Well, first, it's sandwiched between. I mean, what comes after as well? The Empty Child.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably an 8.
Yeah.
And Doctor's maybe is 8 or 9.
I think I skipped them on the watch, but I remember watching them because they are just that good.
Let's
I
see if
think
8
they're about as
out
good
of
as
10
each other.
becomes the biggest tier. It could
It
be.
seems like it might be.
It's a great two-parter. It's also the setting brilliant. The monster very good. Introduces Jack fucking Harkness. I mean, come on. Boomtown.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I like Boomtown.
I like it too, but I
I'd
think
put it
it's
at
like
7.
it's like same as that.
Yeah.
Good like a full size gang, a doctor, the original fam, you might say. The Doctor, Jack, Mickey, and Rose.
Just kind of like it like shows that it can be done. It's just like did in one episode what took like 2 whole seasons.
Yeah, Bad Wolf. Yeah.
I
I mean, it's not an amazing finale overall. I mean, maybe that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Parting Ways is better though.
The Dalek reveal at the end was pretty good, but that's really it otherwise. But then, yeah.
Although I think we want to be careful because I think the stuff in here is definitely. I think the stuff in here is better than that. I think the finale of season 1's fine. It's not amazing.
I think the finale of that episode is actually like peak Doctor Who. Him not blowing up the Daleks and calling himself a coward, and then like his whole regeneration scene is like,
but it also introduces like Davy's Deus Ex Machina shit, where he's just like, "Oh, Rose is going to absorb the time vortex. Fuck you." Rose is just. It's the start of that. I feel like.
Although I guess it is the payoff to Bad Wolf, right? Which I think is interesting because it was the running motif.
Yeah.
I think we spent too much time on it. I think
Clearly.
it's
Clearly. Well, yeah. I mean, the wheels started rolling.
that is,
Christmas Invasion. Is it actually
that
good?
was fella.
I like it. It's Tennant's first episode. He's
It's
barely in
fine.
it, but he's really good.
It's probably a 7. It should. Thing is, ultimately, I still like it.
There's a
Enjoy it.
charm to it. It's like that early 2000s really like annoying charm where it's just like, oh yeah, we've got to do an episode where Cassandra like takes over people's bodies and like this really really terrible humor involved with that.
Yeah.
And
So
it's like it's a bad episode, but I don't resent watching it either.
Yeah.
It's also got Face a Bow
and it's like
appearance.
yeah, it's a part of like a
So
set of stuff.
maybe that.
Yeah, Face of Bogus at one point.
Tooth and Child. I said Tooth and Child. Tooth and Claw. I don't know if people like this or not. I like it.
It is equally forgettable and boring as the other one.
That one.
Historical. Yeah.
It's got a werewolf in it.
And the other one, like Ghosts, doesn't. It's not.
All right. School reunion. K9. Hello,
K9
Doctor.
plus 1 point for K9. Plus 1 point for interesting character dynamics. And no more points because the villains kind of suck.
Yeah, the credit
So I
thing's
think it's
kind of
about
ass. It's just like a nice episode, kind of.
Yeah.
Girl in the Fireplace. Hello.
That's
This is yeah, but it's not important. It's just bullshit. You're on the Wii controllers. Right. Is this equal to?
I think it's 9.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't. Oh well. Oh, the Cyberman two-parter.
Oh.
Yeah, the parallel world stuff
4.
is nonsense, really, isn't it?
Really? You think it's above average?
No, that's not where I was putting
I
it.
think. Okay, yeah. I think they're 4.
Obviously, is that the Age of Steel? I think I guess the
Oh.
second part's probably a bit better.
I would. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I could definitely say that I got like notably bored during those 2.
Yeah. The Idiot's Lantern. Oh, actually, well, Idiot's Lantern I think is better than the other one. That feels
Oh,
exactly
that's the
same.
TV one.
Yeah, this is the TV
think
one, but it's
it's-
set during World War II or something, or after, just after, something like that.
Post World War II, yeah, I think the London Olympics.
Yeah, it's fine
I
actually.
remember liking it a lot more than I think most people do. Like, I think it's one of the worst ones. I think 6 out of 10.
Let's put something in 6. The Impossible Planet.
Yeah.
The Satan Pit. I think that's definitely my ratings. That's just because I fucking
cool.
adore like the sort of the mythical, like weird buried devil in a planet type thing.
Yeah, it's like generally it's the threat is like sci-fi. It is an alien that exists, but the alien is literally the devil.
Yeah,
just straight up.
so I think it's fucking awesome, and I think the first part's great, and the second part just takes it to another level. I don't mean this is there's no point ranting about this kind of stuff in this is because this is just ultimately so pointless.
Yeah.
But the moment where he's like going down like the actual pit on the rope, and it's just complete darkness around him, and he's talking to that person on the comm, and it's like, "Are you religious by any chance?" It's like, no.
Yeah.
It's brilliant stuff. I'm actually
Yeah.
inspired a lot by it in my actual like work.
Fair
I
enough.
can say
I think it's a good thing to be inspired
it's such
by.
an awesome it's one of my favorite concepts like ever.
Speaking of good things to be inspired by,
Hell yeah.
10 out of 10, Love and Monsters, best episode ever. It's still like.
Well,
4,
if we had like
right?
a Wilf tier, like we did with the characters.
Well, that would be disrespectful to Wolf, I think personally. But it's still a quality of 4. But a lot of people
like
put it in like 1.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
put it
no,
in 5.
I like it
I
quite
would
a bit.
honestly, I'd rather watch that than any of those episodes.
Yeah, I think
4 or 5.
it should actually be there. I think Love and Monsters is
Yeah.
actually very, very. It's just a very nice. Like it actually is. It's a nice episode to watch. Except the implication
And
of
kind of sad. To
except
be
the
honest with you.
implication of concrete slab based fellatio at the end. There's kind of
Mm.
a weird implication. So thank you, Davies, for
It was
that.
a weird.
It's also the fact that that actor, by the way, who plays Elton, is extremely understated. Not as Elton necessarily. It's just that he goes on to be in the Musketeers, in Musketeers season 2, and he is the villain, and he's following up Peter Capaldi being the villain, and he's probably better.
Oh.
Which is crazy because Peter Capaldi is still very, very good in that. And obviously, he stopped doing that though to be in Doctor Who. He dies off screen. He stopped doing Peter Capaldi. Fear Her, there it is. That's the one that's feels like Idiot's Lantern, but it's much worse.
Yeah.
In fact, it's probably there. It's the drawing one. The only thing that's like kind of neat about it actually is the Doctor getting turned into a drawing.
Yeah.
It's like,
and, like
it feels like the one. It feels like Flatline, doesn't it? It feels like it's like early proto Flatline.
Yeah. The Doctor gets taken out of the.
And they're also 2D monsters. I guess.
Yeah, 3 out of 10.
Yeah. Army of okay, so the finale where it's basically like picks up the Cyberman stuff. It's worse than the
and
previous.
Just like previous. Yeah. Which one? Okay, it's that one sucks.
Doomsday.
This one.
Okay, Doomsday. I like the moment when Mickey reveals himself as well. He's just working the background. It's completely and it's got the fucking
Doomsday...
Daleks roasting the shit out of the Cybermen.
Yeah,
let's give it.
Yeah, Doomsday 6 out of 10 because ultimately 6 out of 10 is becoming not actually good but quite enjoyable. That's what the category is becoming.
Yeah,
because I don't think it's a great of an ending, but yeah, like when the Daleks are the only thing the Cybermen is superior at is dying.
I might say something about the Runaway Bride because I don't think it's that great, really. I think she's great. I think Catherine Tate is great. as Donna, but it's not an amazing episode. Um,
It's solid.
it's better than the previous
It
one.
had like 2 objectives, maybe even just one. Reveal that the Doctor like needs someone.
Yeah, it's simultaneously like my least favorite and also the best companion introduction, because I just find, at first glance, Donna is so obnoxious and offensive, to like the Doctor in his current state. But obviously, as the episode goes on and as Donna becomes more of a character, a season later, it's worth it, really. I think.
Yeah.
But
Being
it's also,
able to
that's
get like
weird.
the
Like,
old friends vibe out the gate, no, when it's her turn.
exactly,
It's
it's
pretty.
good that you have her in this, and then like basically she's been looking for him off screen the entire time, and that makes the first
Yeah.
episode of that next season so impactful because he's been gone for us. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's the only time they've done something like that, I'm pretty sure. Except I guess Clara is somewhat similar in that she's introduced a while before she becomes the main companion, I guess.
Yeah, the Doctor's looking for her.
Smith and Jones, the first episode of season 2, 3.
No, wait.
No, it's Jadoons.
Joe.
I like the Jadoons.
Any episode with a Jadoon in is a +1. That's just out of the gate.
Well, yeah, I think
it's
that
6.
make it at 6 then,
Yeah.
because it's enjoyable. It's got those really stupid henchmen as well, the slabs, who are just guys in biker gear, but they're like robots.
Yeah.
It's like
Cheapest like aliens.
yeah, but
they
it's cheap.
probably
And then
ever
you look
had.
at the Jadoon, which are like really impressive.
Yeah,
Like,
you can see where they
the budget
spend
went.
all the money.
Yeah, on the Jadoon. The Shakespeare Code.
It's just Shakespeare like blinding after Martha the whole time. It's just
Yeah.
sort of
I mean,
witches and stuff.
I like it more than the Tooth and Claw and the Unquiet Dead, but that's it. That's all I can really
I
say.
think they're all the same.
If you think, yeah, Gridlock.
Gridlock is good.
Gridlock is good. It is good. It's a good
I think
concept.
you put it in 7.
It's got an Irish
I think
cat. It's got Face of Bow. It's got big crabs. It's got lesbian grannies. It's got
That
everything.
is true. That is true. Yeah, I think the only problem with it is that it splits up the Doctor and Martha like so early on in
It's
their
a bit, yeah,
like,
it is a bit early.
thing.
But I think it's a really good combination of being really enjoyable and a really good concept at the same time, even if there are some flaws.
Yeah.
So, Daleks in Manhattan. Andrew Garfield is in this. Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
And it's actually, I like this two-parter actually quite a bit.
Yeah. It is another one of those. I think some people it's pretty Marmite, right? But yeah, we're fans.
Yeah, I don't know if it gets
probably
better
no higher.
necessarily. This one?
I think it stays of equal.
Yeah, Lazarus Experiment.
Well, actually, I would say maybe bring the first one down one to maybe.
Okay.
Because I think it gets better as Scar is his name, right? Or
I'm not
human
sure.
one as the
Khan or
as the-
Sek?
Khan, yeah.
Sek. No, it's Sek.
Sek. As Sek gets more human, I think he gets better. Like as he starts like dealing with the fact he has like 2 completely polar opposite urges.
There we go.
But yeah,
We're getting his brain working. He's waking up.
I am waking up. That is happening.
The Lazarus Experiment.
Absolutely god awful. I think just to make it look more like a staircase, put it in 3.
What about 42 though?
Oh, put that in shit 0. I was just sitting there and I actually.
Whoa! Let's only pick human
Why did you
nature in
just put it
one.
there? Oh god.
Okay, I kind of have to bite the bullet for these next 3. Because I assume
Human
it goes
Nature's
something
the
like
first
this.
part of the Scarecrow lot, right? I can't read the text at the moment, so I don't know exactly what you just did.
So we got Human Nature, Family of Blood, and Blink up here.
Yes, I think that is a very fair.
That's just me biting the bullet because I don't like them like that. But I get it.
I think we can do our own tier list. I think I would still say human nature and that are there, but we can bring down to 9. We could admit that we don't like it that much.
Utopia. So this is obviously when the first of the 3-part finale. Jack's back. But it's also maybe the best part of the finale because it's set in that weird world, and it's got the master twist, and like the spaceship that's taking the people. I think this is actually I think it's the best part, and I think it gets progressively worse.
Yeah, no, definitely.
The sound of the drums is good because it's like, actually, no, hold on, wait a minute. Last of the Time Lords actually has like the kind of cool aspect of Martha being the only one who's like out in the world, and like it's slightly post-apocalyptic, slightly.
Yeah, the only problem with it though is that then like the plan is that she just gets everyone to think the Doctor at the same time, and that turns him into God. That's the only weird thing about that episode.
Yeah, and Sound of the Drums has him gassing all of those politicians. Yeah.
All right, that's a +1.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Voyage of the Damned. I think it's actually a really good one. A really good Christmas special.
Oh yeah, no, I do, yeah.
It's got
villain's shit as hell.
Yeah, the villain is terrible, but it does have the Banner Cavalata. It does have that weird fat couple. It's got Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
And that's about it, but it's still really good. And the setting's amazing.
Yeah.
Space
and
Titanic.
the actual proper antagonists are pretty cool. The angels are very well designed.
The heavenly hosts, yeah, very good. We love it. Okay, Partners in Crime. First, Donna's back, I guess, but it's fine. It's fine.
With that,
with like tooth-shaped fat creatures that are babies, and they're kind of cute.
Thing is, I think it falls very much in the category of 6, where it technically isn't great, but it's just so enjoyable to watch that it doesn't matter.
Unlike the Fires of Pompeii, which I think is better than I like it. I don't like it that much, but it is good. It's got Karen Gillan in it, and Peter Capaldi, obviously, which is actually obviously a good thing.
Did it happen twice?
It did happen twice.
Yeah, no, the actual plot sucks, but I think people remember it better in hindsight than actually watching it.
Yeah.
You know, it's 5.
Yeah, Planet of the Ood. It's kind of unmemorable, even though it's definitely not. It's definitely actually quite important. Because I think it introduces Ood Sigma, I think.
Yeah, it does. But then, like, the threat in it gets turned into an Ood, and that's kind of... I don't actually remember, like, any of the middle bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's not that memorable outside of...
It's not... The first half of
Sigma.
this season is not what makes it amazing. It's like an amazing season, because it is, but it's like...
No.
Not yet. The Sontaran Stratagem. Although I think it picks up immediately, because it's actually an okay 2-parter.
As a 2-part, though, it dragged.
It drags as a 2-parter, actually, in that sense. So maybe around here. We'll definitely put both of them in the same place.
I don't know if I'd want to rewatch it. Do you actually think it was that good?
The thing is, just, if we do this, it kind of taints our putting this season in S tier. I mean, I know it doesn't because this is so bullshit, but
it genuinely though. No, but like, sure, but it is. Just put them. I don't know. They're not that great. I mean, you do you want to rewatch them? Do you think in your head?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
but there's still like a standard of quality, I think, of the season. The Doctor's Daughter, I think, is definitely better.
Oh, it shoots up. That's like at least a 7.
Yeah, it's got the Doctor's Daughter, who is actually David Tennant's wife.
Yeah, which is a bit weird, but
props to him, I guess.
Go Tennant. Yeah, it's that Geth. Is it Geth?
I mean, if she was my daughter, no. She was my daughter. No, it's not. I don't know what they're called. The Hath? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah,
Hef.
yes, that guy who
But they're
died.
weird fish
Which,
people with big like glass canisters in their mouths,
yeah,
and they look pretty
they're
cool.
cool. And that one that died was
And
made me
obviously
sad.
like there's the human leader who's like a actual piece of shit, but he's also not. Like he's relatively compelling. Um,
Yeah, good,
I can't
good.
remember what this is called. I can't see. The Unicorn of the Wasp, I think, is what it's called. The
Oh,
Agatha
that's the
Christie
Agatha
one.
Christie one. The best historical of all this. It is
Um,
actually quite,
yeah.
it's quite
Even though it's
alright,
probably my least
considering
favorite
the threat it's a
historical,
giant bee.
because I'm
I
stupid.
just think
And it's got the really
I think
terrible
it
like
just,
slapstick scene about the salt. It's got the really...
it just has, yeah, it just has fun with being a like murder mystery where the murderer is a giant wasp. Like,
It's fun.
really
It's
funny.
pretty good actually. It's pretty
Number
good.
7, not 7,
Oh, okay.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Silence in the Library. I think Silence in the Library is the better half.
Uh,
Because I think the
I
introduction of the
I genuinely think there are just as many good moments in both of them.
that's fine.
It's probably for the introduction of
I find
River
the
Soul,
introduction
you
of the
also then have
concept of the episode so cool as well, though. I think,
oh yeah,
and they get less cool quite quickly, and that's fine because Forest of the Dead still has one of the best moments ever in Doctor Who, maybe in TV, which is when he beats them by telling them to look him up. It's
which
so
is a
fucking
Moffat trope.
cool. Yeah, and I don't
Moffat,
care. We
yeah.
like Moffatisms. That's why it's our
I
favorite
also
era of Doctor Who.
I also
Like,
do I do like deep down want the Vashnarada to appear again. It's one of my biggest.
Yeah. But obviously, you run into the problem,
things.
right? Because obviously, on them repeat appearances, the Weeping Angels kind of got worse.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
and the
but-
Vashnarads get a two-parter at least.
Yeah, and it would be very, very hard to do. I just want them to be referenced, just simply because he says that they literally exist everywhere, like they are just in shadows. But
They should do
here
something
they're
similar,
specifically dead.
where the Doctor wards off a threat by telling it to look him up, and it finds out specifically that the Vashnarada back down from him, and that's how he gets out of the situation.
Yeah, and
That would be
then
insane.
someone who died early on the episode gets reincarnated as a AI version of themselves from Velangard, and that's how it saves the day as well. But yeah, Midnight
Doesn't matter. Here we go.
generational run, as mentioned.
We finally got there. It kind of does copy the plot of an Arthur C. Clarke book, but it's worth it because it might be Tennant's best episode.
It's like I go into like most things, like especially popular things, like hating it out the gate, or not hating it, but like belittling it. But Midnight is something that no matter how overhyped you think it is, watch it, and you agree. And think of anything, they'll lowball it. Midnight is just that good.
Midnight is probably like I think it's the pinnacle of what a bottle episode of a show can be. Like that kind of episode, stuck in one location and in that style.
Yeah. It feels like it's weird that like Davies actually wrote that himself, because it feels like that's what like a really good writer would have come in and deconstructed like the show into, but he actually just did it himself, which I think is really interesting and cool.
Yeah, I think that's why it's hard to give up on Davies, because he's just so like fucking layered. There's too many angles that he could write from that I can't really completely give up on him. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna say something.
I
think Turn Left is amazing as well.
I will not.
I think it might be the best
at the top of
I think it's the best Doctor. I think it's the best companion solo episode.
I mean, it definitely does the most interesting thing, right? I just think it individually loses some of its value.
I might be highballing it a bit,
but like I don't know. I think it's definitely 9.
It's just so effective though, and it's like it's just Donna and a family, like lots of Wilf, lots of Wilf, and that
Yes,
amazing like
lots of Wilf is always good.
that amazing like European family that they stay with. Like the dad
Yeah,
is brilliant. It's like it's so dire as well, and like how it goes through all the
yeah,
events that the
it's
Doctor
very
doesn't like
honest.
prevent. It's really really good.
Yeah,
I guess it's just not as like tight as Midnight. Like Midnight is so like masterclass in
and
pacing.
it is kind of leads into the finale in the whole
Yes,
Rose
although
returning
I do
plotline.
love the end of it though. At the end of Turn Left, when they get out, like she breaks the loop, I guess, and gets back to like the market that they're in. But then they go outside, and every bit of text is replaced with Bad Wolf. I think that shit is fire.
Yeah. I remember. I distinctly remember that.
And then the Stolen
Because
Earth,
I didn't even watch when Bad Wolf was a thing.
I think, is equal to that in that sense. I think the Stolen Earth,
Oh yeah.
for me, I think it is the better half too. That being said, it's still great. It's still, but the Stolen Earth is brilliant. It is like fucking Avengers Endgame, like actually. The way it brings everyone together, and the scene of them going to the Shadow Proclamation directly is one of my favorite scenes in anything.
Dude,
It's like
the bees,
bees.
like all the planets
The
that have been
bees!
like casually mentioned that they've been like missing or disappearing or like stuff like that, just casually mentioned throughout the entire show. Like that shit that sold me so hard when I rewatched that. Like, oh my god, Davies like just knows what he's fucking doing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I hate doing this. It makes me want to rewatch Doctor Who.
I do now too as well. God damn it. Or at
You
least
bastard,
Tennant.
Davies.
I've never rewatched Tennant enough. Mainly because like the first half of like all of its seasons kind of suck, and then it just gets good at the end every time.
Yeah, I think that is definitely a thing. But yeah, so I did put Johnny's End one tier below. I don't know if you agree with that, but it's like
I don't remember the difference between the two.
No, I just think the sort of the building up to is more interesting than the actual climax.
Especially considering, if I remember correctly, it's not like most of what they do matters.
Yeah, it's also
really,
a little bit
right?
like cheesy, and it does the weird shit that is kind of problematic. Like the Dr. Donner, I don't think was a very good move in my personally. I think it's really fucks things up.
Yeah and no.
Oh, sorry.
Like, the Dr. Donner
no.
doesn't make any sense, but the Dr. Donner having to leave and like forget everything was immaculate.
Yeah, it's actually very powerful.
Events.
So it's not the end of that. It's not like the tying together also of that stuff, because obviously Wilf reappears, and that's very important, I think. Anyway,
yeah.
Then we get to these specials. The Next Doctor, it's still good.
It's fine.
But it's the weakest of the bunch.
If there's a giant mech Cyberman, that's going to be a negative point for me.
It's a negative point.
Honestly, Cyberman, negative point. Rule of thumb.
But I think it's actually a really nice take on what could easily be like a really annoying storyline about like this kind of, delusional Doctor who's like, but he's actually like really nice and like a good character. And I think that's not what you'd expect.
He would be a good Doctor.
Yeah,
like,
David Morrissey would actually be. He still would, I think. He still. Planet of the Dead. Good, very good.
That's the bus
great
one,
companion
right?
too.
You just like her, don't you?
Great companion too. Great companion.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, it's fine.
It's pretty good. It's got Daniel Kaluuya in it from Get Out.
It's got Lee Evans.
Does it?
Yeah.
Lee Evans.
The
Does it?
Yeah, he's the scientist who the Doctor loves and like helps him get out with.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. What's a Mars? It's better, right? Is it? Is it better?
I'll be honest with you. I genuinely don't see how it's not a 10 out of 10.
I forgot the ending. I forgot.
Yeah,
that's one of the best endings in
the villains is one of the most terrifying things ever.
I remember it from my childhood, like more than any other,
same.
because of that terror factor.
Vividly.
So I don't like
and
this.
Then the growing up, actually understanding that the Doctor did a really bad thing, by saving them in the end. And what she then did after was, yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, it's good shit. Like that is such a crazy moment, and like it's actually such a like. I hate to use the word because it always feels like you're like reaching or being pretentious, but it's such a mature approach to Doctor Who's like concept of having like, and I think honestly, her being like a middle-aged woman is actually a part of that, rather than being like the usual like younger companion. Like this is an
She's already
extremely
kind of
sensible and wearied person. It's just like
and who understands her value, right? That she was supposed to have died there. That she understood that.
yeah, and it just
was able
breaks the Doctor.
Yeah,
Like it actually does, and
Like-
that's so effective. And that's why the End of Time is still very good. I feel like I still hear bad stuff about it, which is really upsetting. But I think they're great. It's Wilf is the companion. You got fucking
Yeah.
Timothy Dalton as Rassil. I think
I
it's
think-
Rassilon. And he's
I think
a
the first
bastard.
part is worse because there's really nothing to chew on in the first part, right?
Yeah.
Like the Master takes over and his plan succeeds and all that, but then it's the second one where all of the things that you think of occur, and there's the weird
and
cactus
it's just
people
an
as well. that are
insanely
there.
perfect like closer to Tennant's run. Like
Yeah, I think it's first part 8, second part 9.
yeah, I was maybe even
I
going to do
think,
7 and
yeah.
9, but yeah, I mean you got Wilf as well. It's
Yeah,
great.
Wilf plus 2
Anyway,
points if anything.
it's time to exercise caution here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We're
the 11th
Gucci.
hour
We're
is
Gucci.
10.
It's 11.
What is? Yeah, even. Yeah.
I mean, it is literally perfection as far as like the fact is it's a slightly longer episode as well, and yet its pacing is off the fucking walls. It's so quick.
Like once again though, it's like if those 2 previous turns are deconstructions or subversions of the usual Doctor Who, the 11th hour
It's the perfection of it.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. And it's also the best introduction to a Doctor, and that's because Smith is the best at this kind of thing, I think. At like the just grabbing you by the fucking balls and just
He's
taking
got one
you
of
for a
those
ride.
faces.
You know?
It's just like you can't ignore a man like that.
No, you can't. I mean, you can't ignore any. They've all got great faces. Have you seen?
I like how you.
Have you seen Christopher Eccleston's ears? Have you seen
Yeah, that's true. I like how you said a test of like hesitate, immediately. So let's move on. Quick stat.
Yep. The beast below.
It's not. It's probably
not. It's got some good stuff, but it also does like over dramatic stuff with companion Doctor relationship that's too early.
I think it's a 4.
Fine.
I think I would skip it.
I
if
think Victory of the
rewatched.
Daleks. I know you don't love it. I think it's much better than that though.
I think it's just as bad, if not worse.
I cannot. I cannot. It's also
Fine,
I'm a
6,
sucker
it's
for.
bad, but you enjoy it.
I am a sucker for the.
Danny boy. You're a sucker for Danny
I'm a sucker for Danny Boy. I'm a
That's
sucker
it.
for World War II. Anything. And the Dalek is part of that. I think the Doctor is also great. The Doctor who's the bomb.
Yes, he is. He's fine.
And Churchill's always fun. And when he's like tries to like, he basically just puts his hand out to ask him for the TARDIS key. He's just that's it. He's just like, "Come on, Doctor, give it over, give it." It's like, no. Anyway, Time of the Angels and Flesh and Stone. I feel like are they equal?
I think the first part is better by almost a significant margin.
Significant. I'm not remembering them strongly enough to feel that way at all.
The first part, basically, the ending is when they realised that all of the statues they've been walking past
it's
are
good.
weeping angels, and they're coming in on them. And like everything up to there was like just building, and I think with the weeping angels, building is better than what they then followed it up with tons and tons of angels just chasing after them, and then you see them move, and then they all fall into the crack, and it becomes
Is it maybe
kind of messy.
actually because I think this first part is actually very good. So I think to sort of create the divide but be appropriate, it's probably like something like this actually.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
think
Flesh and
so.
Stone is actually like that kind of bad. I think it's still good. It's also got River Song. It's also got. I really like the like Father Octavian.
Main, yeah, yeah, he was good. He
Like he
made
is.
a good
He's a great
impression
actor. Is
within.
Ian Glenn? He's quite someone. Vampires of
Yeah,
Venice.
I think this. I think
These are the episodes that kind of make you realize that this series is really held together by the cast and the pacing of Moffat's writing, and
yeah,
not always
like
not
you'll
always
just
the
kind of skim
concept.
over how terrible like something is. You just kind of move on.
Yeah, I don't think it's
It's.
possible to have it be like
I think it's maybe a 5.
maybe
I think it is kind of. I think rewatching it is fun because of the whole Rory thing. Rory is
Oh
now a member,
yeah. I don't know why Amy has to be like that
which.
though. What a whore.
Speaking of,
Oh, but this one is
the-
good though. This one's good.
yes, exactly. This is it being done well. I would say a 9 personally.
Yeah, I mean it's got Toby Jones as well. Toby Jones is
Yeah.
great. It's unbeatable. The unkillable Toby Jones.
I've barely seen him in like anything.
Yeah, but he is amazing, and he is in a lot. He's in everything. You just have to accept it, Tyler. Yeah, it's great. That's it. What's not so great?
That shit in 42.
No, that's
I
ridiculous.
hate it so much.
That is
No, it
ridiculous.
seriously is so boring, dude. It is so boring.
It is actually really fucking boring.
Like,
I think the second part is more
it
interesting
was-
technically. It's got. I think the politics are fine, and it's got the crack in the wall that the TARDIS bit comes out of.
I guess Rory does die,
And
but
Rory
it
dies.
was when I was rewatching and I got to Smith. It was this 2-part where I realized, okay, I need to skip episodes if I want to get through this. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give myself
But what
the
you
ability
don't
to
want to
skip.
skip.
It's to the bottom of the page.
No, you don't want to do what I just did. What you don't want to skip is Vincent and the Doctor.
Oh yeah, that's the
the actors
best
come
historical.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like the thing is, it's not well rounded enough to be like incredible because I think the monster is kind of bad.
Half baked,
Yeah,
not half baked, but like
but
yeah, it's not.
it's probably one of the best guest performances, like one episode performances in the entire show. Maybe the best. Like Tony
Yeah,
Curran as
best,
Vincent
real
Van Gogh
person one.
is insane. He's so it's so
I don't know how he didn't get like his own show or something.
or a
Like,
fucking
after
Emmy
that.
nomination. Well, I mean, I don't know how you
Yeah.
do that. I guess like I don't know what that would be. And also, even just Bill Nye as the art like curator, fucking Davy Jones.
Yeah,
It's just like, why not? And yeah, I
the
mean,
bow tie bit.
it's renowned for that scene though, because that scene is just incredible. I mean, yeah, it's effective enough
is.
to be in the top.
And the rest of the episode isn't
Sure.
that much worse.
No, it's not
Despite
bad
what
at all.
some people might
But
say.
it's not like it's not. The rest of the episode isn't like outstanding in
That's good.
that kind of way.
Yeah.
The Lodger.
Okay, we enjoy the Lodger over here.
I enjoy the Lodger over here. Feels weird
I
to
think
put.
that's a 6.
I think it's
All right,
a little
maybe
bit better
it's.
than that.
I
It's
guess
a really fun like Doctor Daily Life episode. It's probably the best
fish
one of
out of
those
water
actually.
story as well, right?
I mean, it's
Right.
probably my favorite of that kind of episode.
Yeah.
Right, let's speed it up. The Pandorica opens. Great. Is it
I think
is it the
an 8.
better one? I'm not sure. Because the Big Bang is also really good. I think I underrate this finale actually sometimes.
I think they're both equally good for different
Yeah.
reasons.
Okay.
The Big Bang is a nice, like, kind of timey-wimey go round on itself.
Christmas
but,
Carol.
like, a bit Moffat-y.
It's the best Christmas special.
Yep.
How good though?
I guess a 9.
Oh, yeah.
I was
mean,
trying
I
to think of it getting into the 10, but it just
No,
doesn't
absolutely
hit that
not.
hard.
I
That's the
can't.
simple fact of the matter.
I don't think it's that at all.
But there is nothing wrong with it. like in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it's got an amazing guest performance as well. From the late great Michael Gambon, The Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon, fucking bangers. For me.
Yeah. No, I love them.
Yeah, I really like them. I love the Canton Everett Delaware the Third. Amazing. One of the best.
Back.
One of the best characters, actually. Like, and it's obviously like there's the old him as well. And that's the actor's dad, and they've played father and son like quite a few times. And like just the vibes, the sort of like 60s, space race era.
It's a really good era.
It's
especially
brilliant.
for the time.
The silence are so fucking good.
Yeah.
Honestly, if this was somehow one
They're
episode,
at their best.
if this was somehow one episode in some hypothetical way, and that made it, and it didn't make it worse, it would be a 10 out of 10 episode. But I don't think it's like, I don't know.
The silence are probably like second or third in my please come back villains.
I think they're first for me.
Fair enough.
I mean, did we discuss them doing a reveal where there's been like silence have been present for like a shitload of things?
They could easily do that.
Yeah.
Silence are very much within there, because they only dealt with the silence on Earth, right? Because they're the only people that would have looked at the watched the moon landing. So the silence could easily be the rest of the universe.
Curse of the Black Spot.
Yeah.
Another good a good historical, I think. It's pretty good.
No.
You don't like it?
No, it's quite bad actually.
Then it's going Victory to Dalek style.
All right. Yeah.
I really like I love Henry Avery. That's another great guest performance from Hugh Bonneville. I love it. I like them being on a pirate ship. That's fun. What are you talking about? Doctor's Wife. From renowned writer Neil Gaiman. Brilliant bloke.
Yeah. Definitely not controversial.
No. It is actually
you
good.
Put it in 5.
It is actually a good episode.
It is like probably. It's an 8.
It's probably doing.
The thing
a bit
with
too
Amy
much.
and Rory in the TARDIS is very good.
Well,
and
I think the
talking
patchwork
to the
people were kind of pointless.
Yeah, agreed, but they also like die pretty early on once they've
That's
served
what
their
I mean.
purpose.
Though, the point, yeah, it's kind of.
Think about what happens to Amy and Rory and the interactions between the Doctor and TARDIS.
It's actually very good,
I think
very
those two are
compelling
very-
and like funny and sort of glamorous stuff with those two, and then just absolutely harrowing with Amy and Rory, and it's a really good contrast.
Really
actually.
going through the fucking ring.
All right, fine, 8. Right, these two are the same rating, right? This two-parter, I assume. The Rebel Flesh. I don't distinguish the two parts really.
I think it's slightly better when there's two Doctors.
I shouldn't actually say that. Yeah, I forgot about that part of it. The second part's definitely better. So maybe they're one apart. So is it either 8 and 7 or 7 and 6? Maybe 7 and 6. Or 6 and 7.
No,
like,
dude.
What?
Like 3 or 4. The fuck are you on about?
This one's
They're not good.
Ah. No, they're not. You're right.
They're easily the most skippable thing in
that season, yeah. What isn't skippable, but skippable, but isn't perfect is A Good Man Goes to War, because the vibes are off the fucking Richter. Like the feel of the episode is entirely carries.
Just don't think about it.
Just don't think about it. Just go along with it, and you'll have a fucking amazing time. For me, it has the same energy as the first two, the two-parter, The Impossible Astronaut. Like, it's got that like crazy batshit, like awesome coolness to it, but it is quite a lot.
Lord.
I don't think it can reach into the like excellent zone, you know.
Yeah.
And Let's Kill Hitler definitely can't.
Yeah, it's that shit in 3.
It's enjoyable. No, well, this is see, it's meant to be really fun, isn't it?
Is it really fun though?
No. Is it a free though?
Like...
Maybe. Do you like the miniature robot stuff?
Not really. I
No,
don't
I
care
don't
about.
either.
I mean, they were only added to cop out the death thing anyway,
And
right?
they did something
Like,
with it in the finale as well, which is surprising given the writing circumstances surrounding that. That it was actually that was brought back.
Hmm.
Yeah.
well, no, I think the idea is that the Moffat didn't ever actually have the answer, so he just kind of like they seemed like they like added a bunch of red herrings throughout the entire show, right? Like, was he a flesh clone? Was he, the small person stuff? Like, they added a bunch of stuff like that, and then I think he didn't actually have an answer, so he did use the small people one.
Yeah. Anyway, now you get into the fucking hat trick.
Yeah,
Are
Night
these
Terrors
are these all
slaps.
are these all just nines?
Yeah, Night Terrors.
I think so.
The Girl Who Waited is fucking incredible. And the Global Complex, yeah.
The God Complex is some gourmet shit, man. It's some
They are some dynamite filler, right? Like,
these
not
these are
main
kind of
plot.
episodes that people who like dispute the existence of filler TV need to watch, because filler should absolutely be a thing.
With that being the case, yeah, but with that being the case, the Girl Who Waited and the God Complex are both there to kind of disillusion Rory and Amy, like, respectively, who continue with the Doctor, which is why they leave, right, at the end of the God Complex, and then, like, a variant of them comes back, but then they just brought them back because they're hacks, and Moffat can't live without them.
And then Night Terrors is just fucking horrifying.
And to be honest, he was right. Yeah, it was just the scariest one I ever watched.
Yeah, it's like a very much so a Waters of Mars tier in that kind of sense. Closing Time, however, is not so good. It's not.
No.
Where's the Lodger? It's below the Lodger. But I don't think I enjoy it that much either. So maybe a 5.
Well, Cyberman minus as many as you need to make it low.
4.
Yeah.
The Wedding of River Song. It does have Good Man's Goes to War nutjob energy. It does have that with them like creating that fucked up timeline and all the shit that goes on with that, and like Amy and having an eye patch.
But genuinely, I remember as a child, this is where it lost me.
Oh yeah, as a child you cannot. It barely makes sense as an
no
adult.
idea what was going on.
So let's just say enjoyable but messy.
You're just looking at the Doctor having fun. You're not actually watching a plot.
Yeah. The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe, however, is also not great.
Ew.
Fuck it, yeah, why not? It's not good. It's a very bad Christmas special. All right, on to that amazing season. All right, but I mean, we do need to speed up too because I want to finish this before midnight. That'd be great. A Sign of the Daleks.
Yeah.
It's not a bad start though. I don't think. For the season, it's like 6 or 7. Yeah. Kind of drops off quickly with Dinosaurs on the Spaceship. Does have Rory's dad though. So.
Rory's dad brings it up to a 3.
Brings it up to a 3. Fuck it, why not? I don't like it. Town Called Mercy. Now I know yeah, I really like it. So I would give it an 8.
It has vibes. I cannot deny it. I think 7 is.
It's got the Riz. I mean, the Western stuff. I mean, you can't deny it.
Yeah, and the whole like And
I think
can you ever really make
moral
up for
dilemma,
war crimes?
Yeah, I think it is actually a good story as well. I don't think it fails really on any level. It's just not a masterwork. The Power of Free. I really like the Power of Free.
I think everyone is like, sorry that the Power of 3 went down like it did.
Yeah, it shouldn't have
it's just a fact that it's bad. Moffat knows, everyone knows.
Yeah, I would put it in like the enjoyable 6 territory, but it's got to get knocked down by at least 1.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. The Angels Take Manhattan. Rory and Amy fucking die. And it's good,
I just can't hate it. No, I simply cannot hate it.
How good is it?
Even though,
is it
it's
properly
completely
good,
absurd.
or is it?
It's It's an 8.
It's really effective. Like you do like fucking
If a
feel
good man
the...
goes to war can go there, the angels can go there.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's fair. A fair assessment.
Because Rory and Amy.
The snowmen.
It's actually not that bad though. Only because Victoria and Clara is actually really good.
There's also the Paternoster gang.
That too.
Who are good.
With the memory worm.
The memory worm. I mean, it's like one of the best fucking jokes in the show. Like, actually, it's so good. It's so British though as well. It's
so silly.
The Bell to St. John. I like it.
It's fine.
It's fine though. It's like a 5. Rings of Akaten is actually Rings of Akaten's got a fucking baller speech.
Oh yeah,
that speech.
10 out of 10 speech. The song also I really like. It's on my playlist.
Actually, I think these two
it's a long song.
Equal. Cold War. It's not bad. I like being on the submarine.
Cold War could have been really good, but it isn't.
But it was fine. I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
Hyde is really good.
Whoa.
I think.
Whoa. Really? I mean, it's not the worst.
It's like
thing in the
weird,
world.
like cosmic haunted house science, and I think that's just so cool.
I guess that tickles your pickle.
It really it tickles my pickle. Not that much. It tickles my pickle. Journey to the Center of the TARDIS does definitely tickle my pickle, but it's not great.
I think it sucks major cock and balls. 3.
All right. Crimson Horror.
I forget that it even exists.
I hate it so much.
I want to see 1. Genuinely. And it's just saving 1 for literally just 42, which would be fair enough. Like...
It doesn't even have hold on, let's do something. 42 out of 10. Nightmare in Silver. It's got Warwick Davis.
That's true. I forget that there's this many Clara and Doctor episodes.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I thought there's only like 3 until like the finale.
It's pretty Cold War.
It definitely could have been better. I think everyone knows that. I think Neil Gaiman, he wanted a 2-parter, if I recall.
Sorry?
But they wouldn't let him.
What? I didn't know it was written by Neil Gaiman. Okay. There you go. That explains why it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Name of the Doctor. It is cool, but not amazing.
Oh no, that's definitely the worst of the 3.
Yeah, got vibes.
I would say 5.
5.
No,
right.
I really can't go over the fact that like they're like, please, like if you jump in this thing, you will fucking die, and then like 3 people jump in it and no one dies.
Day of the Doctor, however, I mean, it's magical, isn't it? It's magical.
Yeah,
it's
very good.
Yeah, it's.
I just feel like it's like was bound to be, so I feel like yeah, maybe bring it down if you want to give it any form of legitness.
Yeah, Day of the Doctor is just undeniable. You know, it's like the story is actually not that great because the Zygons kind of suck as a part of it. They're really nothing. But apart from that, every scene with the multiple Doctors is 10 out of 10 shit. It's because they're just that good together, and that includes John Hurt, and that just tells you how good of an actor he was, because it's like it's just out of nowhere. Obviously, the reveal at the end of the Name of the Doctor of him as well is amazing. But yeah, I think that's probably where it sits. Time of the Doctor, I also love because it's a really nice ending.
I like how it does actually like answer like all of the questions you would have throughout the entire thing, but like I don't think anyone paid attention or cared. Like, he
It's
explains what the
also-
crack is, how it was formed, what
Yeah,
the question
yeah.
Doctor Who is,
Yeah, it's got
why
handles as well.
why Patch Woman was trying to kill him, like the whole time, how that all worked.
It's got handles. It's
but,
got
like-
it's got wooden Cyberman.
Yeah,
It's good shit, man. It's good. I think
Yeah.
it does not fail as a
I'd
finale.
bring it up. No, I guess.
It's worse than Day of the Doctor,
I'll
right?
bring it up.
Okay.
I guess, but with the Day of the Doctor, could it not be 10?
Well,
Or
it's
no?
got 10 and 11 and a W.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, it just
Day of
feels
Doctor's 10 out
cheaper
of
than
10
the rest because
in-
it was bound to be.
Yeah, the Day of the Doctor is 10 out of 10 enjoyment. It's just like from the
Yeah.
moment it starts to the moment it ends, if you're a Doctor Who fan, you're just in heaven, really. Deep Breath. It's good, isn't it? It's good.
No. Deep Breath is a reason why I could never fucking get into Capaldi's Hero.
But everyone just sort of doesn't. No one shuts the fuck up about it. But I don't like it.
Yeah,
Into the Dalek. It's good.
it's alright.
It's good.
I've mainly
It's
forgotten
probably
about like everything that
7.
happens in it, but it's
Yeah.
alright.
Robot of Sherwood is not amazing. It's not.
I fucking hated that. I ended up just watching it from
Tyler hates
behind my
it.
phone.
It's probably
Just
worse than
scrolled
Deep
through
Breath.
stuff.
It's kind of worth it though, because then you get fucking listen. Because you get.
Yeah, which honestly, I mean, I put it in 10.
I would too. It's not.
I
That
fucking
might be
love
my
this.
favorite. That might be my favorite Capaldi episode.
Completely fair.
Yeah, it's gourmet. It's gourmet shit. Time Heist is a lot of fun actually.
I think 7.
Yeah. It's got Jonathan Bailey in it, who Tyler doesn't know who that is, but he's really famous all of a sudden. The Caretaker.
Mm,
I mean, it's got some fun
4, right?
parts, but I think him and Danny's their contention is pretty compelling.
Alright, fine.
Kill the Moon. 10 out of 10 name. Bad episode.
3 out of 10 episode.
That's exactly how I was going to put it. It's a
Yeah.
shame. It's got that annoying fucking bitch. It's an abortion metaphor. But it's called Kill the Moon. So, also Mummy on the Orient Express. It's quite good, right? This one.
Yeah, very good.
We like this one.
I think it's probably an 8.
Yeah, why not? It's actually it's pretty damn good, actually.
People rate it a lot higher. but I don't know
Flatline.
why it just doesn't do well.
Flatline. Get that shit up there. Get that shit up. That's the stuff. That's
I genuinely, I prefer Orient.
okay.
Alright. What even
That was the
was
forest
that?
one. The forest of the night.
Oh, right, yeah.
Dark Water. I love Dark Water because it's got that fucking amazing scene where he's like, "We're going to hell, bitch. We're going to hell."
Oh, right, yeah. First part.
But this isn't a great finale overall, is it? Right?
No,
Definitely
not really.
Heaven's probably not great. Yeah. Fuck it. Nick Frost Christmas.
I like it. I really like it.
This is probably the right spot for it, right?
I think it's. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that I think it is bad.
It's a better use of the Cornetto
I
trilogy
really like it.
pair. Simon Pegg's episode was not good at all.
Yeah.
Nick Frost, as I always forget. Also, it's not just the Frost part, is it? It's also the Nick part. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, he's built like Santa as well.
I think
You just have to wait until he gets
he is an
white hair.
incarnation. The Magician's Apprentice, and this was The Witch's Familiar, a very something.
But they'll be all 2-parters.
Yeah, they are all 2-parters. Should we make an agreement? Should they all be the same rating as a?
Yeah, they should be tied together, each one.
Yeah.
Um,
Magician's Apprentice is
and I think that this is a 7.
yeah,
I would say.
it's fine. Oh, sorry, it's good. It's also got quite scale. Having Daleks, having Davros is in your first
Being on
episode.
Skaro, right?
Being on Skaro is kind of wild, and it doesn't fuck it up either. So that's kind of just like that's all
Not
it comes down
really.
to, really. You know, Under the Lake and Before the Flood. This is a great one.
I went into it thinking it was going to be such a fucking lame-o.
This
Like,
is
it
the
seems so
one.
generic.
It's probably 8
like
though,
42,
not 9.
but
I don't think it's a 9 still.
8s. Yeah, I think they're 8s.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely. It's got fucking Peter Serafinowicz voicing the Fisher King. Who's literally Peter from Shaun of the Dead, their like housemate.
yeah, I think I knew it was.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Obviously, also the guy who was on 8 out of 10 Cats and said that his
Honestly, Jimmy, it's none of your fucking business.
the girl who died and the woman who lived. Fuck me. Actually, this is an awkward one because the girl who died is definitely better. But then again, we put it in the same slot. Zygons. It's good. It's good. It's got the best Doctor Who speech in it. It's got the best.
All right, I think we got to make an exception here.
Yeah, we do actually.
Yeah,
Okay, so where's this one?
I think that's the 5. It's a very
And
standard
the Zygon
episode.
version
of
might
Doctor
actually
Who.
be a 9 because of that speech.
Yeah.
It's that fucking good.
Yeah, it's simply like words to
I'll
live
tell you
by.
what isn't good.
Tears of shit. Yeah, that's right.
There we go.
Yeah.
We got it.
Which it's a real fucking shame that like that is already the case that he is 2 in the worst.
And then Face the Raven, which is definitely better than that.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's probably a 6.
yeah,
There's nothing wrong with Face the Raven.
yeah. It's got I've forgotten his name already. Rigsy. He's back.
Yeah.
Clara's companion, literally.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear fireworks.
Yeah, there's been fireworks going on for a while now.
Right. Let's just move on.
You put that shit in 10 right now, right quick.
I think I can't deny it because it's obviously it's one of the few ones that I've watched on its own, and I had to watch it on its own to get it. I think because it was fucking it was just riveting. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's one of the best episodes of the show. Obviously, it's in the obviously we've got 6 things in top 10 already. Let's point out, but this is in the top 5 episodes. So whatever that is, it's in there.
Which maybe once we've done rank them all, we'll rank the S tiers.
Sure, why
just
not?
like in order to the top.
Hellbent. It's not as much worse
It's not
as people
that much
say.
worse.
I want to give it an 8.
Yeah.
I think
that's
it's
fair.
really good. What isn't so good? 3, 2. It's got Nardole.
Can't read it.
It's the
it's
Husbands
the-
of River Song. It's the Christmas one.
I liked it. It was funny. It was a completely different tone to everything that came before, which was a bit jolting, to be honest with you. But
Oh shit! It's 30 seconds to go. 20, 19, 18,
all right.
17.
Did you want to be
16,
doing something
15,
exactly when this
14.
occurred?
Oh yeah, I've got an idea. Oh no, I can't. It's not gonna work. Doesn't matter. Fuck it.
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah. It was actually a bit early. Oh yeah, 2025.
All right, here we go.
Halfway
lads.
towards the end.
Let's turn that off. Get rid of the. Don't need that anymore. I assume you can hear
Oh my
fireworks
god,
right
the
now.
fireworks have
Yeah.
really kicked up now.
Yeah, they have, haven't they?
The thing is, like, a lot of fireworks shows were cancelled, as far as I'm aware, because there's a storm going on. But the storm really isn't too
People
bad.
don't care.
And
All right.
yeah,
We get to the best one for this moment is obviously the return of Doctor Mysterio.
well,
I
that
sometimes
is
issue it to
actually what it
6.
was, wasn't it? It was a New Year's
Holy
special,
shit! It was, wasn't it?
right?
Ow!
Oh my god, that worked perfectly.
I didn't realise. Are you okay with that? I know you don't think it's terrible. You don't think it's terrible,
where
do
did
you?
you put it?
I put it
6.
6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if it is bad, it's still fun.
I like it. I literally
Yeah.
like it. Probably like 8 out of 10 level of enjoyment for me. But the pilot It's pretty good. I really like the stuff of Capaldi being like the professor at the university.
Yeah.
So that
No, the pilot's very solid.
that gives the pilot a bit of a leg up.
I'm talking like V8.
And beyond that, Bill's great actually. Bill and Nardole are great companions, and Bill is better than Clara.
Oh yeah.
There's reasons why I don't like saying that, but that's not the point.
Physical attraction reasons.
I mean, Matt Lucas though is a different story, but that's neither here nor there. Matt, yeah, Smile is
really going on
kind of a step. I don't think it. Yeah, I don't know.
The sad thing is that Capaldi is honestly at its best. Bill is a really good companion, so is Nardole, and yet they get shafted with some of the worst stories.
Yeah, Smile's like a 4 maybe. No, maybe a 5. I think Smile's fine. Thin Ice is bad.
Yeah, Thin Ice is.
The Doctor Punch is a racist. Good, I guess. Knock Knock.
I like it.
Knock Knock's pretty
weird,
okay.
I like it.
It's weird. It's got David Suchet. He's a good actor. So got a great guest performance. It's kind of creepy. Oh, it just said encoding overloaded. Oh no, it doesn't mean. Oh, it doesn't mean without space. Okay, that's fine. Oxygen. I don't like Oxygen. But I think it is regarded
I do not
well,
remember
isn't it?
basically any of it. All right. I remember the general plot, but I don't remember any of the events during, other than him going blind, which carries forward. Right, that's the only thing with real
Yeah,
worth.
it does, doesn't it? Into that really, pretty awesome 3-parter. Actually, Extremis.
Yes.
I don't know how
Extremis.
I don't know how to
Honestly,
rate. Extremis is actually really cool. It might be the. I don't know if it's the best one, but maybe we could do.
There is no reason why Extremis isn't a 10 in my mind on its own.
But it doesn't exactly work
Like-
on its own either. But then again, I guess Heaven Sent doesn't in the same way. But Extremis is quite a lot of build up though to the rest of the arc.
Yeah, I guess building up the monks, but also like the whole there is a book, there is a code that if read, that someone will kill themselves.
It's really
and like slowly
cool.
discovering what that is.
Fuck it, let's give it a 10 out of 10. If we're gonna, given that we're gonna rank them anyway.
Yeah, like it probably won't be near the top, but I do think.
And
it
then
should be up there.
I don't know about these two, but they cannot be that much worse. I don't know. I think they're really. I do remember. I remember thinking this stuff is really cool because this speaks to me like conceptually. I really love what's going on in this 3-parter. Like them trying to communicate with the pyramid and stuff. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I like the whole butterfly effect where like it's like it starts the episode where like someone breaks her glasses, I think.
Yeah,
and that ultimately ends up
I think
like killing everyone.
I think it also gets the 8 because I think it doesn't fall off either. It's a 3-parter, and I think it sticks the landing. Even if the first part is like the most, exhilarating, I guess. Unfortunately, Empress of Mars. Yeah.
Unremarkable.
Eaters of Light. Do you remember that one? I didn't. I had to think hard. It's the terrible one.
Eaters of Light.
It's genuinely
Oh
the best way
yeah,
to
the one with
describe
the
it.
Stonehenge, right?
It's awful.
Like,
And it looks terrible. It looks so bad.
it's completely unremarkable.
I just can't get behind it. I can get behind
that's
these
what I'm
next
on
two,
about, man.
however.
Oh yeah.
Because World
the
Enough and
finale.
Time, both 9, did you say? Yeah.
Fuck it. It starts with Bill getting
Yeah.
killed. Like,
World
outright.
Enough,
I mean,
World Enough and
you
Time is
can't-
great. You got Bill Cyberman. You got John Sim as the Master, better than he was originally. I think most people agree. Obviously, Master and
but,
Missy
like,
combo.
somehow, like the second best speech in the series.
Yeah, it's
also
really
done by fucking.
That's
him,
because
like, the
Capaldi
end.
is like that's his game though. That's his shit.
He just words so well.
That is what he's the best at.
Yeah.
out of anyone, any actor ever. Twice Upon a Time,
Mm.
it's nice.
It's a shame that Chibnall's a cunt.
It's got David Gate.
And basic.
No, not David Mark Gatiss as a army guy.
As everyone, Mark Gatiss is every person.
Is he?
Yeah, it's like
What a prick.
he's always in like tons of episodes.
What a prick. All right.
Jesus
Saddle up.
Christ.
Saddle up, lads. Woman Who Fell to Earth. It's actually pretty okay. I think it's actually. I think I was surprised at how much I liked this one. I really expected to hate like the whole era going into it, and I was like, not a bad start.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, Woman Dying was quite good. I think that was an interesting start, and then also them getting sent into space.
Yeah. Ghost Monument. I don't remember it. I don't remember it. At all. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, which is going to be a running problem with her era.
So let's do the first thing we can. Rosa, go on.
Very good. It just was. Sure, the villain was shallow at best, but the villain wasn't the villain. The villain was the time period, which is what Chibnall plays to with his historicals.
Mm-hmm. Arachnids in the UK.
I would say it's better than 7.
Yeah.
But I guess you bring it down. I would say it's like an 8.
Arachnids in the UK. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Terrible.
Let's go. The Turanka Conundrum. That's got the thing in it. The weird thing. The little bastard.
The little fella and the pregnant man, which I honestly quite like, to be honest with you.
And Doc Brown. The comedian. Demons of the Punjab.
Once again, I think it is as good as Rosa.
It's not going. I can't allow that.
All right.
Kablam. It's fine, actually.
Just no. All
right.
It's fucking terrible.
The Witchfinders. I like Witchfinders.
Is that the mud one?
I like Alan Cumming. So that's his name. That's the king. But that's about it.
Yeah, nah.
It Takes You Away. Is this the one in the mansion, like the house in the countryside?
That is, yeah, that's the really weird one.
If it is, then
the
that's
Frog God.
Pretty good, actually.
It was actually very good.
That's one of the better ones. The Battle of whatever that is.
That was... What is that one?
I don't know. I think it is the first part of the finale.
What season is it?
Well, Whittaker's first.
Oh, yeah. I guess if the final is a 2-part, then it is. Not that I remember.
I don't remember either.
It's just so unrememberable.
I don't remember that either.
Most of
Spyfall is not completely unmemorable. The Master's great, actually.
Which he only reveals himself at the end of that, though, right?
Yeah. Maybe this is like in this area. Orphan 55. It's got one of the in-betweeners in it.
Yeah. It's regarded as like the worst episode of Doctor Who.
Fine.
And I don't disagree in the slightest.
Okay. What's that? Nikola Tesla.
Nah. I genuinely just didn't get anything.
Futures of the Jadoon. It's got Jadoons in it. It's got the Fugitive Doctor in it. It's got Jack fucking Harkness.
For no reason, though. For no reason at all.
6.
But still.
Praxius. I couldn't pay attention to Praxius.
Just an overwhelming, like, plastic, microplastics, you're evil, stop killing the planet message. That was it.
Can you hear me? I don't remember this one.
No, I think we got talked about this before. Not a clue.
Yeah. It's just... well, the fairest tier is that, then. Haunting of Villa whatever. Diodati? Is that what it says?
Quite good.
I remember... Actually, I'm going to try and...
It's the Lone Time Man. That's when he appeared.
Oh!
And, like, he...
Oh, yeah, okay.
All
right. 7. Six, seven?
7.
7. Ascension of the Cybermen. Oh god. Oh god. Here we go.
It's just like, even though I don't know. I've watched like these as recently as I've watched the the big eared fella, and yeah, I just remember his ones more. I guess there's more of hers, but it's just I don't remember it at all.
Sure.
And then that one obviously
Revolution of
has
the
the Timeless
Daleks,
Child.
another New Year special. I love it.
Oh yeah,
I really like this
which
one.
one's that one?
It's
That
Groundhog
one's
Day.
the
Groundhog Day.
yeah.
I think it's good,
I hoped it would be was smarter than it actually
but
ended
it's
up
at
being.
least enjoyable and memorable, unlike a lot of the others.
Yeah, it's fine.
The Halloween Apocalypse. Oh, yeah, obviously this is the start of Flux. Maybe we could put the entirety of Flux in 6, except for Village of the Angels, which can go in 8. Except for...
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Actually, maybe not 6, maybe 5.
Sure. Okay, so where would you put Village of the Angels then?
8.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's fair. Well, first of all, Legend of the Sea Devils can go there. Eve of the Daleks. Oh, right. That's with what is that?
I thought that was the reoccurring one, because the one you put, I think the one you just did was one where Trump makes a bunch of Daleks. Because I think the first one is just the lone Dalek possesses a person, and then the second one is Trump
Wait, no, it can't
produces
be.
tons of them,
It can't
and then
be.
the third one is the thingy one.
Eve of the Daleks is. Oh, this is the Groundhog Day one.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Trump one. Oh.
Revolution.
Yeah. Let's be thorough actually. So Revolution of the Daleks. If it is the one. It's the one. Okay, it's not the one. It's the Trump one. It's the Trump one. So that's not good.
Yeah, it does also have Harkness in Sad Face.
It does. What was the other one?
On the rank yet? We know about the first one. The first one's just the first one. It's unmemorable.
And yeah, either the Daleks. Okay, that's where I wanted that in 7. Okay. Power of the Doctor. She regenerates into Tennant. That's nice. It's got a bunch of old companions too, which was actually kind of nice.
The old
and Graham.
And Graham. I didn't realise how much I missed Graham until he appeared.
Yeah, maybe it's one tier above Flux.
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't done this before really, because this is post New Who.
New territory.
Yeah. All right, Star Beast. Let's just do it. Star Beast is the worst one.
But
I
think it's probably 4.
Okay. Wild Blue Yonder. I'm sick and tired of not thinking it's of people saying it's bad, because it's definitely not.
I think it's a 9. The only problem is the visual effects.
Yeah.
That's it.
Some of them are nice. Like I think the uncanny practical stuff is fine with the long arms.
Yeah. But then when they were running and they were like filling out
the computer stuff
the
CG stuff is bad. The giggle is obviously worse than that. And
but it has its moments.
It has its moments. It's probably 6.
That's all right then. That's
all right.
Very good.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was. The Church on Ruby Road is entirely fine.
Yeah.
But I don't like it that much. So.
It's a 5, yeah.
Space Babies.
It's a 2.
Yeah. The Devil's Court. Now we're getting somewhere. Better than Church on Ruby Road? Probably.
I would say about average. They both got problems.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Boom.
Actually, yeah, fine.
Boom.
Ooh.
7.
or 8?
7. I'm
Fine,
gonna pick the lower of the two options.
fine, because it's going to escalate. I think
3 yards.
3 yards.
I think that is different.
8
Yeah, good.
and Dot and
Better.
Bubble. Actually, I'm not too sure about that.
I know. I would say 9.
All right, fuck it, let's go.
I do think it's a 9.
If you're watching this, Russell T Davies,
Or anyone.
or anyone, if it's even out, Rogue. A real shame, because obviously it's a new writer. It's the showrunner for Loki season 1. We thought there was some potential there, and it was just not that good. In fact,
you would get a lot more out of it if you liked Bridgerton.
get more out of it if it was actually Jack Harkness. Well, it
I
can't
don't
be,
know
can
why
it?
they were so
He's not
ready
that
to
attractive
date
anymore.
that episode.
Yeah. Okay. Legend of Ruby Sunday. It's fine. It's mostly build up.
Yeah.
Empire of Death is definitely better. Some people shit on it because it's like the finales are always so polarizing. But
Yeah. It's better. It's 6. I think
had some
it's probably
weight.
technically better, but it's definitely at least more
it
enjoyable.
had some weight. Sutek was relatively kind of cool. I think it's like I
Sutek
liked
looked
it.
really good.
Hmm?
Sutek looked really good.
He looked pretty
He
good.
looked pretty fucking
He looked
sick.
kind of silly when he was like when they showed him like holding onto the TARDIS
Oh,
as
yeah,
it was
when they were,
going
like,
through the
playing
time
around,
vortex.
yeah.
Because it's like they only have one
But when he
anime,
was
like one
stance up.
position for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. I think.
And just for audio, where would we put spoilers?
Joy to the
I would
World.
put it in like a 4.
No, I'd probably give it a 6.
All right.
Maybe 6 or a 5. Okay. Cool. Look at that. 3 Capaldi episodes. I don't think there's anything that's not in 10 that should be. Because the only stuff that I would is stuff that I think is exceptional but has obviously big problems, like Dalek, right? Dalek without Adam probably could be a 10 out of 10, potentially.
Yeah, I think a lot of people put Dalek, but I feel like they're just ignoring like 20 to 30 minutes where it is not that good.
Extremis is the only one that feels a little bit out of place. And I think it's obvious why, because it skews the numbers. It skews of each Doctor.
I guess.
But I'm not going
It also feel like it's like weighed down slightly by the rest of what's both sides
I mean,
of
we
it.
also put it 2 above the other parts. It should probably only be 1 above, really.
All right, you can bring it down.
Okay, but now, so what's the order here?
I think we need to really try and focus in on are we going for factual or personal preference? Because realistically, you and me, we can both agree that if we're going to watch any of those episodes over and over again, or recommend any of those episodes, it is the 11th hour. Right.
Yeah, so let's say we were to do that version. So I'm just going to do it off the cuff.
I think Listen's second, to be honest with you. I think Listen is a very interesting thing.
This is my personal.
You're doing your one
this
now.
is my personal
Okay,
order.
yeah. All right. You want to know mine?
Yeah, why not?
Heaven said swap with the Day of the Doctor. And I mean that as in the Day of the Doctor gets sent to the end. And that is probably about right, to be honest.
And I think... Well, okay, I think the objective version is this.
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe the Waters of Mars and Listen switched.
I think because... Do you know why? Because I think we can agree these are the 3 best episodes of the show.
Yeah. In whichever order, it doesn't really matter, but actually,
And
these
there
are
are
the 3 best written
such
episodes.
interesting places. You've got, I guess Heaven Sent is technically a finale, because it's not literally the final episode of the season, but like you got your finale, you got your bottle episode, and you got your opener.
Yeah.
And
Like the weakest part about the 11th hour is Prisoner Zero. Like compared to the monsters quotation marks in Heaven Sent at Midnight, it is
yeah, I
completely
think
incomparable.
Prisoner Zero is kind of cool, and then the other one's obviously the Atraxi, but they're more of a plot device, but it still works
Yeah.
perfectly well. It's like the space police.
It is really just myth, like like out the gate peak, and like,
then I guess these
the
are their
chemistry
second
and-
best episodes of the
Yeah.
three.
Um,
And they're in that same order as well. I think we got it.
which I mean, it's kind of 9 is pretty telling.
Yeah.
Like Hot Diggly Dog, it's not really that big a surprise that Tennant is as beloved as he is, right?
No,
Like,
and obviously, like
there
if we
are a
had
lot
to,
of solid episodes.
if we had to be like, what's Eccleston's best? If you wanted to know that, it's Dalek. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's Dalek and Father's Day. Those
Yeah.
two together. If we were to get 2 of that Doctor in 10 out of 10, if we had to do that for Whittaker, I guess it's these two. And then for Gatwa, I guess it's Dot and Bubble and 73 yards. I guess there you go. We got the top of all of them. Top 2 of every Doctor.
Yeah.
John Hurt, Paul McGann, Old Who. It's never happening. But this is actually a much better idea than what I was originally going to do. I guess we can transition out of the Doctor Who tier list now, though.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to end it like now and then start up whatever you're gonna do, at least this is a salvageable thing.
It is
at
actually,
some point,
isn't it?
right?
It actually is.
Very much.
Okay, all right. This was Doctor Who episode tier list. It's surprising how I actually don't think we would. I don't think we would do better than this if we were just given like the normal time slot and like.
I think we greatly benefited from the fact that I'm literally about to pass out.
Yeah,
I think
we did
that's
as well.
really cut down on the time.
All right, I might actually just put this out as like a bonus video then.
Or you could like save it in your pocket for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it. I might cut the beginning maybe. So yeah, that was our Doctor Who episode tier list. That's pretty much all the Doctor Who tier lists that we would probably do. Really.
Yeah, it really is at this point.
Sonic screwdrivers. Well, also, I mean, villains and monsters would be a cool thing to think about if we were to want to do something else, but it's always spontaneous anyway. Obviously, it's not the main point of the channel. Bye.